Hi everyone, I'm Jackie Collins and I want to tell you about the very first book I wrote called The World is Full of Married Men. And I got the idea for the title. I was walking into a party one night and I was single at the time, and I looked around the room and I went, you know what? The world is full of married men, because they were all married. And I found in my teenage years that married men were always chasing after me. And I found that a lot of my girlfriends had the same experience. So I thought, why not write about a married man who, screws around on his wife and goes off to Chicago for the weekend or wherever it is and does this, and everybody accepts it because it's okay. It's socially acceptable for a man to be unfaithful, but not for a woman. So this was way back, and I wrote this book, and I had this married man who was a philanderer and with a beautiful girlfriend, and also 10 years later his wife does it to him, and he is shocked and horrified, and he goes, I'm going to divorce my wife, he says to his beautiful girlfriend. I'm going to marry you. And his girlfriend looks at him and says, yes, but I don't want to marry you because I only like sleeping with married men. I'm certainly not going to marry them. And so this book came out and created outrage. Men were outraged because I took the double standard and I turned it on its head long before it was fashionable. And there was a particular journalist that took a half page in an English magazine, and he said, this is the most shocking book I've ever read. And I had taken out all the four-letter words because my publisher said, oh, you'll be banned in Australia, you'll be banned in Boston, and I was, anyway, with no four-letter words. And so after this article came out, The World is Full of Married Men was #1 within 2 weeks. So enjoy reading my very early effort, my very first book, because now I'm 29 books later. So my very first book, The World is Full of Married Men. Enjoy.